당연히 나지 쇼당 대화랑지 류나는 그 최대의 돈이 쇼당 대화랑지 대 동아리나 있으면 되다 탄지 다기 친데 만나시 가린 좀 보셔다 마마지 버지점 마시 발아 탄지 무지 바이 진지지 만드나 대완대저 랑도 고로 지병의 동행 바시 농원에 대가 피지점도 진지지 만드나 디지 피순 소바다 채나 쩨마로 제바 주지 제바 다비샤오 대다시니 발라말의 신질로도서 또 샴바지 보셨어.
Yeah, please sit in 7 meditative posture of Vairocana. All sentient beings have been our mothers, and all sentient beings have been our mothers for numberless times. Their kindness to us are exactly the same as the mothers of this life. All kind mother sentient beings, though want happiness and do not want suffering, by not knowing the object of abandonment and adoption properly, they only create a karma that bring forth the result of suffering. In our mind, sincerely cultivate loving kindness towards all kind mother sentient being, thinking, how nice if all kind mother sentient beings had happiness. May all kind mother sentient beings have happiness. I will cause all kind mother sentient beings to have happiness. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so.
어디지서 동아지나 있으면 되다 탄지
Sumgi Mitunjo.
동아지나 있으면 되다 탄지 간다 고서 좀 문디비 초 타다다나 쯤마로 자와 주지 자와 다기샤오 대다시니 말라말라 신질라도서 나도 신지 보셨어.
So, next, we sincerely cultivate compassion toward all kind mother sentient beings, thinking, how nice if 3 doors of all kind mother sentient beings were free of all adversities. May 3 doors of all kind mother sentient beings to be free of all adversities. I will cause 3 doors of all kind mother sentient beings to be free of all adversities. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so.
어디지서 동아지나 있으면 되다 탄지 코와당에서 그 동아리야 도인 게 슬로 보문도 게 하나 보자. 다리 내가서 양다바 주베 상지지 공부하는 게 니바메 니바도 슬라요스는 양다바 주베 상지라 여비 신제 탄지지 상지지 공부하는 보지 쩌는제 토바 샤오 냐비 창주지 생공주.
Next, we sincerely cultivate bodhicitta towards all kind mother sentient beings. First, we ask ourselves who should take the responsibility to free all kind mother sentient beings from the sufferings of 3 lower realms and of whole samsara. The answer is I should take the responsibility to free all kind mother sentient beings from the sufferings of 3 lower realms and of whole samsara. But I do not have the ability right now to do so. Only those who have achieved the state of enlightenment have the ability to free all kind mother sentient beings from the sufferings of all lower rebirths and of whole samsara. Therefore, for the sake of all sentient beings, by all means, I want to become Buddha.
어디 이제서 다공보다랑 이지 두배 찌다 타대 간다야 뭐 두배랑 이집에 동안이 자 동반이나 돼 추지상 봐줬어.
Next, we meditate on emptiness, that I do not exist intrinsically one with the aggregates, nor intrinsically different from the aggregates. Thus, I do not exist intrinsically.
다 대제서 계승제 탄지지의 상지를 공부도 대제도 다 장조나지를 붙이시는 년에 책임도 지금 예사 공로 지셨을
Set motivation. For the sake of all sentient beings, I want to become Buddha. For this purpose, I'm going to receive teaching on Lamrim and practice accordingly in order to benefit sentient beings.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
다 강가도 제가 찾아보니 busy.
So I think most of you are very busy.
Sheila studying for exam, Sheila.
Easy to study charis.
Very busy, you. Very good, yeah. Kewa sambu shivjurese ngazo sanji gu chue la ngazo dolen chia da sanji gu chue du so ngazo dolen chine so so ge yi che tanya du so gandi chungba ina ngazo so lab chimbo sa da so na lab chimbo sa lu yer skanda ro ngazo sanji gu chue songje je du so ngazo pe da de la lo jung chine yi che tama nanji chi da ngazo lega peba gi che tama da ndagu yo marwa 로 단다디 이제 땅에 체도 깔리지니 장바다 이제 땅에 참마도 그러 솔랍 전부 쉬고 살고 여러
Yeah, so compared to, I say, our normal works and our conventional exams, so these kinds of exams, the Dharma examination, the Dharma test, and then we put effort in studying it, and then we put effort in discussing about it, and then we put effort in sitting for the exam as well. Because what we are studying right now, what we are discussing right now, and what we are sitting the exam is about Dharma. So the Dharma or the Buddha's teachings. So we should consider ourselves very fortunate to have such opportunity to do so, and we also should appreciate ourselves of putting effort in doing this, in studying it and sitting the exam, taking the exam as well. So by doing so, we definitely will accumulate extensive merit.
That's so you did it, so I said, Majin and Digo Mare. That's so cheap, so Kalishu Chambo Shibu, Jewere, Kalishu Chambo J, that you said down. The Kanda you said on the Junde so Sendigita, Kanda Sosogi, that's so I shadow, that you say Abojin Trabaina. The Kanda Sendigit so I cheated that Yatachi Chawa and Roa. The Pekali Jeva Nashi, say Shamala, Digi Piaki, or Marekana, Kandaroa, so the Sendigi cheated Jiboroa, or Swati. 어떤리 손자 다 단다된 안소배 취고 쇼래 로종 지화 손자 다 까마지다 세겐지 돌아 소소게 주제들라배 상원단에 로종 지야데 대 초라 전부 산고 다시 난지단 라고 말 때깔리지나 깔리지버도 고쳐버렸어 고쳐버리 맞아 체인데 장지 말에 까바 체라는 봐 be so so beje ta yan jo ge longji yan jo rebla longji yan jo de be solap chimbo sa yo res ro ta ko che wa res kanda ke wa sambu shu res.
Yeah, so when we go to a normal school, then we have to go to normal school to studies, yeah. So and then we study so that we can find a job to do. Then and by doing some works, then we earn a livelihood. Then for this life, so and we have to go through this as well. We have to study and we have to work and then we have to earn a living for these lives. However, all the efforts that we have put in these normal studies and normal works, it even though it benefits this life, but then we can hardly say that it will benefit future lives. So compared to this, whatever that we are doing right now, studying Dharma, practicing Dharma, we're thinking about Dharma, even we spend 1 second to think about Dharma, even 1 minute to think about Dharma, we accumulate extensive merits. So those efforts that we put in studying Dharma definitely is worthwhile. So it will worth the efforts. So it serves the purpose of studying it, serves the purpose of putting the effort in it. So this studying Dharma not only benefits this life, it will benefit our future lives, life after lives. Then definitely we will experience the result of our effort. So we should consider ourselves very, very fortunate.
단다 지와데 지와 ngama de kadila be ngaso jibo chungugin chumuga lanji rimbala lo ya bo jangni e kanda de jamba ma si su su tanda ge dawa jinjo ba ju sang li tin cheba ji e toba de jiwa ngama khoso kadingi e tanda du se to de ro da ngaso menti ne bena sangji ji gomba toya la menti ne anja ro jibo chungdi chi sungin chumuga langa kanda lo jang gi ro lo jang gi be 마찬 로봇 단단 가서 소신바 차고로 마찬 데르 로스 나서 로좀 제신바 다 다둘라 배상지지 공부터에 대해 제대로와 다시 시부 배 자친부 시부에서 나서 다 집이 충분히 차와로와 집이 충분히 가라 간다 로종데 다 참하게 소소 간다 뒤치 초란로야 말이 배께와 상보 배 뇌츠코라 야부차리로와.
Yeah, so in order to achieve the ultimate goal, then we have to train our mind in a path common to small capable being, common to medium capable being. Also, we have to train our mind in the great capacity being as well. So, so we have already covered the path common, the stages of the path are common to a small capable being. So, I mean, we are very fortunate because we did not waste our times on something else. Instead, we spend our times on studying this together, and then we have already finished the first part, the stages of the path common to small capable being. Our time is not wasted, and then we should consider ourselves very lucky to have the time, to have spent time on it, and then to have the opportunity to study it. So. Yeah, and then whatever, and we also have to appreciate this precious human rebirth that we have because of the past self have created such causes. Therefore, we have the opportunity, we have such fortune to have this precious human rebirth.
간다 집에 중국단 팀을 란지림바 로장기 니바 창사 때야리 데마지 집은 린다 팀을 란지림바 로장기 니바 트리어스 데마지 집에 침비 란지림바 로장기 니바도 두세 간다 때야로와 지왕아마도 저거디 당한서 지원들라 베타 텔을 하지 지왕아마 텔에 야 하지지 다 단다에 가서 집어지 마스니야 강리야 지야 텔을 하지 당한다 소야 대 제시 열에대 참막이 소 두고래 상어 세슈도 소야 보여와 손자 다 간다 수수기 지왕엄마게 델이야 하지 대거리야 하지로와 다 지왕엄마도 거리 좀 보시고랜다 가서 배 하장 거리 좀 모랜도와.
Yeah, so we have to remind ourselves how fortunate we are, how lucky we are, and due to the kindness of past self, that we have to the past self gave us the opportunity and the ability to train our mind to study and train our mind in stages of the path common to a small capacity being. Not only that, then it also gives us the opportunity and the ability to train our mind in medium capable being. And also on top of that, it also gives us the opportunity and ability to train our mind in great capacity being as well. So we have to appreciate the kindness that the past self has given us, and then we have to improve from here. So it's just like you're building a wall, then you put the bricks and then you put another bricks on top of it. So we have to improve from where we are right now. So since we have the ability to do so, we have the ability to improve ourselves, and then we also have the mental strength to improve ourselves as well. So we should persistent in this.
어디 가서 대 응골 맞은 두로와 제본진다 팀이 다 들이 가서 제본진도 마 안고수야로와 다 제부 중국의 간다 차는 리는 망고수야리 다 두스 송도아로와 대진의 공도 시바나시 대단 추와 제스 템바다 신의 년도 돈이 출산데 다 니딘들 bên 로로네 디시미기 된로 되네 제대로와 다 전도 팀와다 까나길인데 니비고니 디바봉 게와 두발란비비 덴리 공파 토요레 에스 당한서 단다로와 덴두기 kumba토디 여레 다 덴두지 kum바토디 여레 덴두지 kum바데 대가지 말에 가서 배 다와 진조 빠쳤상 배 대상부 쉬지 토디로와 어디 토디 다 대상지 토디 여레스네 다소소기 대상지 리바지 샤지나 다든 리요 말에서 그러와 다 짜친분디 토자리 다 짜친분디 토디 디 토야게 토야 짜친분디라 다 소소기 배 내가 가르치고 면 다디 문티네 그러와 문티네 덴도 동바자 친구들 토리데 이나 대자지 토송선의 샤잖아 난 리고요 말스 그러와 다 지부 중국단 팀모이 상바지디 지 대대지선 린다 팀모이 고아 타다를 배 현발로 배 상바지 그러와 힘발로서 델라티네 그 장주초의 생지 그러와 어다 지부 중리 치에서도 가서 견자지 마스나 림바지는 가서 토자 송갈 로그나 토자 담보 니바 송발이야 도서 림반 로야기 배 랑지 마스나 대 견자낭시 차고요. 네, 다 타바다 단지 진배 살란 로알랑 가서 견자낭시 제비 친리 초송을 나데 담보 가서 제비 중국을 랑 팀모이 랑데 삼바디아보 마자마나 제비 리다 팀모이 네 로자야 하장갈래 가버려. 난 리다 팀모이 로 마자나 제비 친배 랑지린 발라 로자스나 하장갈래 가버려와. 뭐 리송자 다데 간다 제비 친리 총속에 랑지 림바데 네 견자낭시 도스 로자니 단 로구 해서 된다디 시군도와.
So I'm going to start a medium capable being. So suffering, training the mind in the stages of the path shared in common with the persons of medium capacity. Thus, having recollected death and contemplated how you fall into the lower rebirths after death, you turn your mind away from this world and strive for fortunate rebirths. Then you give up bad actions through the common refuge practice and through ascertaining virtuous and non-virtuous actions and their effects. So by then putting effort into accomplishing virtue, you will indeed attain the state of the fortunate rebirths. And regarding these fortunate rebirths is what I have mentioned just now. So this fortunate rebirth endowed with 8 leisures and 10 endowments. 8 leisures and 10 endowments. So it's very rare and it's very valuable. And we have obtained such precious human rebirth. So if we just think that, oh, I have already achieved this precious human rebirth already, then I just leave it and not doing anything. So that is not proper and that is not okay, because we have to continue to improve ourselves from where we are right now. So we have to, so after we train our mind in stages of the path common to small capable being, then we have to improve from there, and then we have to train our mind in the stage of the path common to medium capable being, and then proceed further to a great capacity being, which is a developed bodhicitta. So in order to achieve the state of enlightenment, so we have to climb this staircase. So if we do not climb this staircase gradually in order to achieve the ultimate goal, which is the state of enlightenment, then we are not able to achieve such goal. For example, if you do not train your mind well in stages of the path common to small capable being, then you could hardly train your mind in the stages of the path common to medium capacity being. So, for example, if you don't train, or if you do not train yourself well in small capable being, then you jump straight to medium capable being or great capable being. You will not be able to train well in those higher capable capacity being. Higher capable being, or the path stages of the path of higher capable being. So don't mention that you will achieve the state of enlightenment, which is the ultimate goal.
That shimmy so tendony somebody jebina, the chibichungi, the Timo somebody jessiwa, chibichungi somebody adroa. Chain dig turn to never in a duck on that chibichungi, somebody jiwio marua, chibichungi. Mazo somebody at the day, she would it. That chain dig turned out the pasha junzale shani, say shimag so tending to a dig turn the cheddar, then also Kata chibichungi, low marimbaki to Janguia. 시산라고 담부 시산라고데 다간다 신이 돼서 단조되인 봐 집이 중국으로와 시산라고데 신이 돼서 단조되래 다 집이 중국되게 간다 군노 쳐봐대 단 좋아 못다 상바다 년도그 등아 상바대 봐
군노 쳐봐대 기부 중국이
집이 중국이 군노 쳐봐다 간다 쳐봐대 단 좋아 못 상을 담바대 상을 담야대 단 좋아 못다 바다 년도그 등아 상야대
chiwa metabatang
chiwa matabada ngendo gu dunga sayate ngendo gu dunga bombate ta ko ngendo gu dunga le shigu yorwa de chiwa shimala pe ngendo tendo ni yorwa o ta teni kuno chibe sambade ta chiwa mataba sambada ta ngendo gu dunga sambachi ta chibe chungu gu ngwe ji duba nyane ngwe de karasena ta jando da lende magi chibong gu tsirin sorwa jando da lende magi chibong gu tsirinde ta kazi te kunde tema kaji shizarwa
Kemro lende da mige chubong gi chujira.
Oh, disruwa.
So as a summary of a small capacity being. So for a small capable being, if what they strive for is this life, then they are not to be called a small capable being. So in order to develop the attitudes of small capable being, then one must strive for future rebirths. So that the main goal is to strive for future rebirths. So if one strive for future rebirths and consider this life as secondary, then one has already developed the attitudes of small capable being, because the what is strive for a small capable being is future lives. So if your attitudes, so if you consider striving for future high rebirths is your main goal, then and this life is your secondary, then you have already developed the attitudes of small capacity being. So, so regarding small capable being, the foundations is guru devotions and the precious human rebirth endowed with 8 leisures and 10 endowments, and the attitudes to be developed by a small capable being is to think about, or the thought, what small capable being has to think about is to think about death and impermanence, and to think about sufferings of 3 lower realms. And the actual practice for small capable being is refuge, karmic cause and effect, and keep the morality of abandoning 10 non-virtues.
다 집이 중요해. 다 간다고 두스키. 다 대jel만 튀우리 다 림바기디야 겐자 니바가 한도디 다 가서 집은 디 레우로와. 다 집은 리다 티모랑 림바 로자마라시. 이 삼바 자왕의 대집이 되라로도서 타바디베 랑지랑 이팅로 바다 사치 시샤군도와. 다 사치 신나 사치 당보되라. 로와. 다 삼바 자왕의 되라 타바된 일로 해서 대집이 탑시 니레구도와. 다 뒤집에 타는 당분간 저 타봤던 일로 해서 아주 디마 쉬어 이러와.
That's all. Yeah. So after we train our mind in stages of the path of small capable being, then we have to train our mind in stages of the path common to medium capable being. So training the mind in the stages of the path shared in common with persons of medium capacity being has 4 points. The first one is the actual training in the attitude. The second one is the measure of its development. The third one, eliminating misconceptions. And fourth one is determining the nature of the path leading to liberation, for 4 points here. And regarding the first one, and the first one has 2 points, identifying the mind striving for liberation and the methods for generating it.
다 간다 뒤로와. 다 뒤레군도 간다 당부 가서 뒤로와. 타바 딜롱에 대집이 타브세니 레군도와. 다 당부 타바 딜롱에 스모아스 뒤로와. 타바 딜롱에서 디마치키너와. 다 타바세와다 간다. 타바시번에 찜발에 좋아. 맞아 타바기 단다데 간다로와 찜발에 조이 차데로와. 타바세와데. 다 찜바데 가르스나 딩뉴스고로와. 다 찜바데 레다 녀모 마디레. 레다 녀모바니 진지들 레다 녀모바 맞아 군주 덴발라 레지 군주다 녀모베 군주에서 니시고 요라난지 로와 디송자
레기 군주다
레지 군주다 녀모베 군주에서 니레고 요와 오다 단다데 타바데 히바네데 찜바 데레 토레 찜바 가르 토레스나 다 레다 녀모바니 레다 녀모바 되게 코알마 진지 코알마 팅기치 차데데 레다 녀모 다치다 올 제팔리고 로와 다 디니 지왕게 간다 단 코알 시바이나 다 칸지 원도신 데 칸다 로와 수칸 수메칸 송레군도와 다 레다 녀모바 대왕기로와 다 레다 녀모바 대왕기 데 간다 다 가와바 집어 지그르스나 다 로어리도 더 칸송라마 다 지고를 간다 대와 대왕기 레다 녀모 대왕기 칸지 수칸다 수메칸 로아신다 단 로아 나다 주강로 시고라 나 시오디 달 하마이들 하니 찔러지는 거와 하마이들 하이 군 로아 나 시고레 주시디 다 소소 시고와 올하들 하마이 소소 시고레 오 딘디치니 데 간다 지니 차샤바이나 다 나질라 소바 딘디치니 시로와 지니 신나지 제시 진지로와 공지 제시 진지 시 오다데 솔로페 다 레다 냠보 대왕기 다 간다 미기 치말마 공본인상 자야 로아 다 로아데 솔라마 산잔도야 제발린도아데 다 레다 냠보 대기 왕기 수고요리에서와 담부 대자시로와
So identifying the mind striving for liberation. So what does it mean by liberation? So liberation means freedom from bondage. So that is what liberation means, freedom from bondage. Then we also have to understand what bondage means or refers to. Bondage refers to karma and afflictions. Because of these two, it binds us in cyclic existence, it binds us to cyclic existence. So because of karma and afflictions, then we taking rebirth in cyclic, we circle in cyclic existence again and again, taking different types of rebirths in either in 3 realms, or like for 3 realms, for example, the desire realms, form realms, and formless realms. And then we also reborn as 5 or 6 types of beings. So 5 or 6 types of beings, 6 types of beings, and all of you also can list it, right? So hell, hungry ghost, animal, human, demigod, and gods. So what is the 5 types of, then what are these 5 types of beings? So 5 types of beings is the same, it's just that the demigods and gods, they combine into one. So then it become 5 types of beings. And then in one of the 4 birthplaces, for example, womb. So it can be wolf born, or it can be egg born, it can be born from heat and moisture, and it can be miraculously born. So this is the meaning of bondage. So it binds us to samsara, means to take rebirth again and again in different form in cyclic existence. So when we talk about this karma and afflictions, so these two are origins. So when we talk about the truth of origins, then there are 2 types of origins. One is the origins of karma, and another one is the origins of afflictions. So because of these 2, karma and afflictions, then one is bind to samsara.
어 딘디시네 간다로와 당한서 타바 세와데 디치로와 다 간다 타바 세와데 간다 지 언디로와 된다 도도 시바네 다 짐발레 좋아 짐바 짐발레 좋아 짐발레 좋아는 타바레 예서로와 다 단단 가서 디시오디 타바 되는 줄로 네 송셀로도와 타바 되는 줄로 네 송세와 타바데 짐발레 좋아 다 녀무발레 좋아 돼 간다 가서 더 좀봐 코아 판로디 타바 톤도 거래 또 코아 판로디 녀물레 돈도 거래 레니니 돈도 거래와
그래서 때 코아 빵듀이디 타바토기로.
디 타바 톤도 거래 코아 판로디 타바 톤도 거래와 코아레 조디 단 코아레 조디 때 타바 토기래
Yeah, so because of the outline is identifying the mind striving for liberation. So we first identify what liberation means, and it means freedom from bondage. So when we abandon samsara, or when one is free from samsara, then one achieves liberation.
다 간다 타바시 워 디시로와 다 안코 간다 녀무발레 조아데 다 녀무발레 조아데 고딘 당아서 고딘스나 다 좀비지 고딘스나 간다 타바레로와 타바레 된다 된 고딘 녀무법인 고딘의 톤데 타바 톤도 거래 다 좀바 톤도 거래 로와 어디 니디 pombi 몰라 톤도 거래 다 두서마 된다 지발레로와 니디 pombi 몰라데 다 간다 데 녀무 pombi 녀무 세바 pombi 히바드로와 디라 좀
녀몽 년디 빵베 밀로람디로
pombi 몰라 오 니디 pombi 몰라 오다디 간다 다 좀바 질마도 요마로와 다 좀바 질마도 요마로와 니디 다 좀바도 소토는데 때 간다 니디 pombi 몰라 질라 지오로와 디토고요.
Yeah, so freedom from afflictions. 녀몽 le 조아로 와이슬라.
녀무 빵
녀몽 le 조아야나 데 녀몽 데 빵와야나 데 곡된로.
오레 다 pombi 고디 도와다 쳔바도 토디 니 몰라 토르와 람 몰라 람데 다 빵빵 고디 등아서 베 pombi 고디 타바딩 고디 코란 토르레스티 다 좀비지 간다 녀무 pombi 몰라 세왔다 디 간다 사미지 들어와 니무밤비 몰라 랑지 차니 셰바이나 몰라 하지 토는 거래 다 타바기 차니 셰바이나 다가 니무를 좋아해 어디 토는 거래와.
Yeah, so in terms of liberations, so we achieve cessations when one abandon afflictions, or we achieve liberation from afflictions. Then we achieve cessations. Then at that time, then we achieve liberations. Then one becomes arhat. Then one also achieve the path of no more learning, having abandoned the afflictive obscurations. So in terms of liberations, one achieve the truth of cessation, having abandoned afflictions. So this is in terms of liberation. So in terms of path, then one achieve a path of no more learning, having abandoned afflictive obscurations. And these path of no more learning exist in the mind stream of arhat, for example, hearers or solitary realizers.
초랑 조랑 통랑 고랑 몰랑세 랑아요와 다 니티라 시바이나 다 니티지 초랑 조랑 통랑 고랑 몰랑아로와 다 초랑 야리마기로 장네 간다 조랑 때 조랑 제스 통랑 제스 고랑로 장 다 고랑 지까지 간다 니무나파 니모 띠야 카티 요도면서 고랑 가서로와 고랑 기니까서 다디 고랑 니무나파 카티 짜네 때 니무데 본도디 가르토스나 더 몰로라 아세 다 몰로라 토바다 타파 토바다 단 고딘 토스나 다좀바 토바스나 뜻 삼아 된다 디지라 토르고와
타바 다좀바요
아바 토바 다좀바 토바 다 랑아노라 타마데 타투라도 몰로라 들어와 랑아노 타투바도 몰로라 들어와 오니 디지 손라 조나 토나 고나 몰로라세 다 니티지 몰로라도 토르기 다 다좀바 토르고래 데 간다 랑아노라 타투바 왜? 단 여도 매도 토는 거라 간다. 너 너무 밤에 랑 여도 매도 들어와. 뭐 물론 안 되는 토는 거래.
tin nhìn thuê rồi là nhìn thuê trong ba. Yeah, so when we talk about path, there are 5 paths here. So path of accumulation, path of preparation, path of seeing, path of meditation, and path of no more learning. So if you follow this path, then one will become arhats. So in terms of the path of hearer's path or the solitary realizer's path. So if you follow this path, and then when you achieve the path of no more learning, then one becomes an arhat, and one becomes hearers or solitary realizers. So we have to, if we follow the path of hearers, then we have to train ourselves first in the path of accumulations, then proceed to higher path. And when we reach the path of meditations, then that is a time we apply antidotes to eliminate the afflictions. So when afflictions is abandoned, then we proceed to the path of no more learning, having abandoned path of no more learning, having abandoned afflictions. So at that time, then we achieve liberations, then we become an arhat.
타바데 토반데 빌로데 데 타바데는 저 로스라고 데니 타바데 토반데 빌로 저와 다 녀물에 좋아데 타바데 토반데 빌로데 데 타바데는 저 로스 다 단단 가서 도도 타바데 되는 저 로에 송세在设计담보 들다 단단한 거다.
So yeah, so liberation is freedom from bondage. So you can say the truth of cessation, that afflictions, the truth of cessation, which is the freedom from afflictions, or liberation, that is the freedom from afflictions. So that is what liberation means. So liberation is freedom from bondage. So you can, in other words, then you also can say that the truth of cessation, truth of cessation, that is freedom from afflictions. So it also means also same as liberation, that is freedom from afflictions. So this is what it means. This is it means the same. Truth of cessations and liberation, that is the freedom from afflictions. So after we talk about the bondage, then we talk about the liberations. So my striving for liberation means, so therefore freedom from this is liberation, and the wish to attain that is the mind striving for liberation. So the mind wishing to attain this freedom from bondage, or attain this liberation, is mind striving for liberation.
당이 간다 지 전소 체들어와 다 가신골 지니 다 랑리 가서 랑지를 봐 상주 랑리 되게 랑지 드마스나 랑리세 되게 팀모마이 최최의 최최성 요방하서와 이게 간나 가지 이슈자로와 미jel이 양자치료야 인스천한 데페 가서 다 상주 랑리게 팀모마이 받지 자고요와 최최성에 제자 용수 줘봐 라도 랑데와 그러와
제자 용수 줘봐라
제자 용수 줘봐 나도 람데와 로와 데디로와 지데 somebody
신다 콜로 에카자티
신다 첨본이래 신다 첨본이 룰레 체도 봐봐 말아와
체도 봐봐라
체도 봐봐도 디로와.
Yeah, so it's just a reminder. Then I say at the very beginning of Lamrims, then we talk about Lamrim possess 3 special qualities, right? Lamrim has 3 uncommon special qualities. And what are these 3 special qualities? Which is, the content is complete. The content is complete and is easy to practice. And it is the system is more noble system.
루신의 제바도 봐봐서 됐었더라.
So the third point is the system is more noble than others. So these are the three special qualities that Lamrim possesses.
다들 가슴이 전화서 제발 밥이 준생의 가슴이 시설에 앉아 로아다 니 앉아 도와 당기질라 라르데 간다 가서 상 땅사데 두스레 취지 담보데 간다 제자 용서 줘봐 니바데 라도 랑데와 somebody 루신의 제바도 파파세 이 손들어와 취지 손데 다디마 상원 간지서 땅 제바도 파단다고 가서 마 뇌선의 시오데 다 장주 랑지 드마다 라리 장주 랑지 드마다 라리데 로아 간다 제자 용스 조비 체체다 딩그레 해세고 장주 랑지 림바다 장주 라리다 랑데데 체지나고지 니스바이나 장주 랑데데 라리 로아 데 제자 용스 조비 체체다 딩바레스 체체다 딩그레스 데 준세 가르레스나 오 동안 니기기 니디네 템비 소라레스 데 준세 데시고 동안 니기 왔다 장주 랑지 드마다 라리니다 제자 용스 조비 체체다 딩바레스 때 뎀비 존센의 가르레스나 존센의 로아 동아 니기기 니 디네 때비 송로레스 로아 에 송자 다 제자 용스도 비치시다 뎀바레스 다 땡아소페 라리다 랑딜 마도 신다 에 나기 숑도 솔로 데요 마치시든 상마세고다 마도 산디제지다 솔로 상마레세고레.
Yeah, so these three special qualities, the first one is complete. The content is complete and it's easy to practice, and the system is more noble than other systems. It is more noble than other systems. So regarding the first special quality, which is complete, the content is complete. So the content, so if someone were to ask you, so does Lamrim and Lamb of the Path, which is Lamdren. So Lamb of the Path and Lamrim, does the content is complete or not? Does it possess the quality of a complete contents or not? And the answer, yes, Lamb of the Path and Lamrim, they do possess the quality of complete content. And the reason is because it is a scripture, because it is a scriptures which contains the important points of Sutra and Tantra. So this is a special quality that Lamb of the Path and Lamrim possess.
간다 님바데 다 장주랑지 드마 대가래 장주랑지 드마 달랑인데 간다 라도 랑디 치체다 딩그레스 거와 라도 랑디 다 치치 님바들와 다 라도 랑디 치체다 데비 준zen데 가르레스나 신디 림바 조시비 송라레스 거 신디 다 신디 림바 조시비 소로선사 다 라도 랑디 치체다 딩그레스 준zen데 시거와
Same to a
신디 림바 조시비 신디 림바 조시니 템비 송라 로아 다 장주 랑지 드마다 랑디니 간다 라도 랑디 치치다 뎀바레 에세 디시웨로와 라도 랑디 치치다 뎀비 준센데 가르레 다 준센 시오로와 다 준센데 신디 림바 조시니 뎀비 송라레스 오 신디 림바 조시니 뎀비 송라선다 다 라도 랑디 치치다 뎀바레 에세 다데 신데 당가서 림바데 다 시사르 망보 요로와 딜마 담보 체 ndnangi himba doya deji che shimi gi himba doya deji ranjinji ji himba doya zuji mangbo yuwa da ji ji sa mangbo himba ga ba chi sen de dang
Yeah, so this is the first special quality Lamb of the Path and Lamrim possess. And the second special quality they possess is easy to practice. So easy to practice is the second special qualities. And the reason why it possess such quality is because they are the scriptures that makes gradual taming of the mind as its main object. So because of this reason, then these two, Lamb of the Path and Lamrim, possess the second special quality.
Deroa, da demasi dikanda deroa somebody. Da somebody kanda chanju langju demada langde de kanda deroa 루신의 체바다 밥이 최초의 딩으로에서 들어와 루신의 체바다 밥이 최초의 데비 존세의 가르에서 존세의 다 존세의 신다 첨보는 이제 룰라 케비 담비 진데 송라에서 신다 첨보는 이제 룰라 케비 담비 진데 송라 송자 다 루신의 체바다 밥아 다도 신다 첨보는 이제 룰라 케스도 가서 쉬서라 다도 양자 좀 하고 봐줘.
근데 애니디 신의 챔비 룰라 케비 담바로.
신다 첨보는 이제 룰라 케비 담비 진비 다 송라에서 로아 신다 첨보는 이제 룰라 케비 담비 데리 진비 송라에서 로아 송라지 송자 예 간다 루신의 체바다 파바레스 다 신다 첨보는 룰라 케바즈 르루다 토메니지 룰라 케바 다 라마르지 비쿠유 총 라마 스님바도 지제 마마보 쉬서라 가시로아.
And the third quality is more noble than other systems. And the reason why it is more noble than other systems because Lamb of the Path and Lamrim, they are the scriptures. They are the scriptures that possess instructions. Because keep it damba gengi로 해주라.
신다 첨보는 룰라 케비 담비 진비 송라.
담비 gengi.
담비 진비 진비 답에 진차pe 신다 첨보는 간다 루기 된다데 파세보 시네. 신다 첨보는 루기 된다 송로 그 된다 somma 답에 미세마 데시에시야게 신기게 송라 지레서 오라. 신다 첨보는 룰라 케비. 달라마 데니게 마 된다. 마타 간다 루두 룰라 케바리 비쿠주 총아로와. 어디 도밀로 라마 스님 바로와.
That's all. Yeah, sorry. So Lamb of the Path and Lamrim possess the third quality, which is more noble than other systems, is because they are the scriptures that is ornamented with the instructions of masters who are expert in the system of two pioneers, so the Nagarjuna and Asanga.
어디리로와 다가지 데 마칭하다 네 치워시데 지슈타로와 다도 데페 개침부지로와 템바 탄진감에도 미치와 소로 탄진 당아치 치와 저이구마 딜람니 비치와 니지 좀 뭐랑가도 치와세 데다 가지 지슈타다 사지 코로나 페테 한다 쉬어야 보여로와.
Yeah. Okay, that's.
다지 때마그 바치는 리서로와.
때마그 바에 나서.
이거
가이사 지den서 ten유인도이죠.
야야.
그래서 그래서 치와시로 하지라.
치와시로와.
네. 디 최고리. 개엄말이잖아. 개엄말이.
네, 개문도잖아.
그래서 디도라서. So these are the three special qualities that I've mentioned just now. That's what is.
야야,
치와시로 한다.
다 치와시도 등이 양절 드시지 말고 다디 간다니 텐서 당야지로와. 치와시들어와. 다디 치치선다 치와시세와 다디 메시지 차고로와. 이 메시지 차고 다 치와시도 나 단다레레니 가서 지셔서와. 그러와. 다 양절 지시 먹이 버지로와. 다디니 마안도디 땡아서 나지 용달라 같이 니지 진성 포인트네 간다 최년바다 진진의 협조 게임부터는 최년바생 가서 디와 다 대시오디 단 같이 니지 진성데 무슨 봐야 보지 쇼스로와 같이 니지 진성 진진의 협조.
That's all. Yeah, so these are the important points in Lamrim. So in the beginning, then we talked about the three special qualities, and we also talk about the four greatnesses. So since I have already explained it in previous classes, so I will not go through it again. So these are the important points that we have to keep in our mind. So besides these 2 points, 3 special qualities and 4 greatnesses, we also have to keep in our, remember the important points, which is the abandoning the unconducive conditions, which is the 3 faults of vessels, and then we also have to cultivate the 6 perceptions. Cultivating the 6 perceptions, which is the conducive conditions. So these are the important points that we have to keep in our mind.
我提醒啊，说我今年去接送的了啊，年不丢的我说都自由啊，来把这多年了，伊拉送信息，这通都就没得要嘛了。
来把
这多年了，伊拉送信息自由啊。我电我开始做事是吧？我到这被那些人开始学车的，但来把这多年了，伊拉送多啊。背过来，我是年不电大起的，等级过来嘛叫当你有了啊。我等级过背过来，对了，把年不接当起的了啊。他等级年不接当你，等你来讲多了的。
That's all. Yeah. So to counteract the three faults of vessels, then previously I talked about. Then I quote two lines from a sutra, right? So the first one is well, and the second one is listen thoroughly, and the third one is keep in our mind, keep in mind. So these are the three antidotes to counteract these three types of faults.
我的历史到的你嘛，我说我是去联系阶段的都还蛮溜是吧？到的你看到我说的嘛路的，去年不搞的，西不搞的，在去常规啊。到的你嘛溜的，都讲到心理电视都说个溜是吧？心理电视都说的看到是吧？我说心理电视的了看到城里就觉得电嘛电视话的是吧？心理电视给心理的了让人他送，老嘛的了让人他送。开始去学车的话，我大家呢，全部自罗罗今年把的新把结果的话，给些呢，รับ的了讲到啊，到底就是什么去的点把就过的是，他点到马上把呢，去些俺的点把去的话，去些俺的点把去，俺的了讲到老百姓的点你多把你只要俺的点把去，是吧？你就过的是我说，点到马上把那样。点着一次你做帮操地区网给那个呢，这些叫的这恰能把他们点把，人家还把些了点个把送说的俺子让人就没自由啊，他的起码能给么多啊，看到人家他说话俺说，我到底说的几，也把都说辛苦了是吧
？So then next, then we talk about how to listen to the Dharma, how to explain and how to listen to Dharma that possesses such qualities. Then next is Guru devotions, the topic of Guru devotions. So regarding that topic, then we talk about Lamas, the definition, the characteristics that Lama possess. Then we talk about three levels or three types of Lamas. So the one of the superior one, the medium one, or the lesser one. So then we talk about the 10 defining characteristics of a Lama that is mentioned, that is quoted from a sutra. So that is for the superior type of a Lama. So then if we do not find such a spiritual teacher who possesses 10 defining characteristics, then we must rely on the medium one. So medium one is possess 5 characteristics. What are these 5? So they are three trainings and realizations of suchness and compassions, or possessing a loving thought. So these are the 5 defining characteristics that a medium type of a spiritual teacher must possess. So even if we cannot find a medium type of a spiritual teacher, then we must at least rely on a spiritual teacher that possesses the lesser type of defining characteristics, which is the quality, his quality more than his faults. His quality more than his faults. So we shouldn't rely on a spiritual teacher whose quality and faults are equal, or faults more than the quality.
但是实际上我是现在电视的给全部手机送过来的，给全部查过来么子，我是现在老板店呢，我们逻辑的什么不多啊，现在的老板就查完呢，不讲他去老板来听着我的话。Yeah,
so Guru devotion is a very important topic that we have to understand, because there are many stories about who did not rely on proper spiritual teachers, and they rely on a wrong spiritual teachers, and then they were guided to the wrong path.
我说我们的4大是教不久啊，4大是迷茫不是呀，的逻辑中写上一把，可没当他去，看到可当他去写完呢， 미tum다 지세반 저 타바 도구를 해서나 딱이 신이 로바지 땡케지 로바 땡케지 차와로와 이 전에 듣고 뭐뭐 쓰러와 나도 저 빛dan 개정 버리다 단다 딘디랑 말이 되이나 마주 취란 레시 로바 제는 게 단다 야 마시바지 레시 로바 진데 딘디 다 뒤상 용구여로와 용구를 뭐마 소속 제거해서 공사주 뭐뭐 송사로와 마주 지단 딘디 디지 지만다고 가르러다 간다 응원이 좀 많이 받던 디 용구도와 어디서 디 개정부 차고요래
Yeah, so Guru devotions is very important. So, like one of the stories is Angulimala. So, because of having relying on wrong spiritual teachers or false spiritual teachers, then he was guided to a wrong path. That if you kill 1,000 people, then you will achieve liberations. So this is one of the example. If we were to rely on a wrong or false spiritual teachers, then this is what we will end up in a wrong path. So yeah, so even though these kinds of teacher might not exist nowadays, but false teachers or fake teachers, they still exist nowadays, and many as well. Like for example, when they explain the Dharma teachings, they explain the Dharma teachings in the wrong way. So those is something that we have to be very careful. So and His Holiness Dalai Lama always mentions about the importance of finding proper teachers.
다 든디 지나 든디 용고래 간다스나 다 천안집에 단다 로조 야부 시비 제고래 다 로조 라리 제문데 저도 로조 야부 지체차디 다 안고고실라 자와니 테투 말이잖아 로와 안고고실라 자와니 테투 마코 미 취지마 신기지 중바이나 응외에서 그런 간디시거면 다 하콘도 그러와 다 소소기 취를 로조 면조도 저게 때 가르시나 대가 임바 시작이냐 원부도 보기 제선로와 맞아 공사적 맞아 참아도 원본 넘버 제선로야 인다 나지 대성도 완이 제고로마도 완디 제합니다 맞아 참아 완이랑 제기서 완이 취지인다 완이 되게 농다 준세다 리바톤에 제바치네 대켈야마도 게게지 때고나 게게들 제바치네 그로 켈야지마도 간다 맞아 치다 로안 쳐봤네 치를 뺀데 샤테바 이나 랑사고로 상로 땅로 이렇게 말을 랑사 사자고 쓰고로와 어떤지 지지요 말을 쓰고로와 That is such a mambo shisarwa.
Yeah, so we studied the Lamrim before, so we will not be easily deceived by such false teachers. So this is due to we have studied Lamrim before. So if we do not study Lamrim before, then we will get cheated easily. And then even if the false teachers give wrong explanations, then we will not recognize it. So after we study Lamrim, so when the teacher gives explanations in the wrong way, then we're able to recognize it, and then we will not accept it. So, and His Holiness Dalai Lama always say that we have to be a sharp faculty disciples. So we have to be a sharp faculty students. What it means is we shouldn't be a dull faculties that accept things without any reason, without going through reason, without scriptural citations, without logical points. So we have to be a sharp faculties students. So when we do not simply accept things, and then we only accept it after we check it, investigate it with scriptural citations, with reasoning, then with logic. So we shouldn't when we come to different, we shouldn't act like a dog. A dog given a piece of a lung, so a lung or a meat. So dogs, they will eat it immediately, right? Without thinking, without any hesitance, and they would just eat the meat. So we shouldn't act like a dog, was given a piece of meat.
There go church go to na church so so go turn nimbo sala ya jinsi jeba chine chwa tire tang chore. Chwa tire tang chore. I lansa so so ge gigi tengo ya da lama tengo ya ndi ke yo mare. Ro. Da ndi pe nga ga topa le char se wa ndo da. Da ndi ti san ti se yu do wa. Da karchi tin shiru se ya.
가르치 도서.
The Lord should manton chance.
Oh, then there.
But then this list.
So yeah. So nowadays, besides the false teachers, then there are people who claim themselves as the emanations of Maitreya, who claim themselves as the emanations of medicine Buddha, or who claim themselves have developed realizations. So this is something that we have to be very careful. So even though they might be a false one, but we shouldn't criticize them or talk bad about them. So even if we if we do not know them well, then if we were to receive Dharma teachings from them, then you can check whether the explanation is correct or not. Then you can ask questions and see whether the answer is acceptable, whether it is compatible with the scriptural citations, compatible with reasoning or not. So if it's so we shouldn't immediately regard the teachers, the one who explained the Dharma teachings, the Dharma teachers as one's Lama or as one teachers. So there is no need to immediately regard them as your teachers or as your Lama.
That is the answer. That and the Shini is to Chiroa. That Loma de la Ganzoya at Sini Sunda Dembachi, Hijabaleroa, Pabala Hijabal Soya, Zenelo de Tenewa, Yamboni, Mabu Indian Nagidum, Jishibapola, Ninsi, Sishijua, Loma de Rapchumana, Sini Sunda Dembachi, that they can carry hijab in the watching Alia, Kipata Yitemban is Nini, or that Loma Rabila Dembachi, Teda Majimaina, Loman Rintela Kanda. Kazi ba sini te ma den ba ina sini te ke ten to ni bi yonde na den ba chi sini te da ge sini te so so la ma den ba ina ro sini te so da kanda lo zo ne ba ro lo zo ne ba le hi da ne hin cha dang da chu lu wa da ma sa lo zo ne ba le hi da ne hin ji bi lo de da den ba le hi ten da ne ten ne te song ro wa te song ro wa ji bi de wa na lo kar se kpa da yi te ba ni sa ro kpa da yi te ba ni ne be nga yo ro chichina ta loma ra chumba ina tindi den go re se go ta deta majuna loma tela kanda sini deta ge ten to ni bi yonde da den ba go re se ro sini de so so la ma den ba ina ten to ya ge ni ba da den ba chi de ba yo ba chi shi ya chi lama de ba yo bi shi ya ten to ni bi ni ba da den ba chi ta deta ten to ni bi ni ba da ma den ba ina manta loma tela kanji go ta kanda rang ge shini je te chai je la de tela kanda 대바 여가지고 그래서 그러와 나저 나지 꼴라 당이 때문에 소나 이식 때가 투라 응대지 대바세 대바 송시고요와 오 근데 대바도 매 봐이나 지당 안서다 라로 근데 히디 자고여서 말와 지당 라로 근데 히다야 내가기 집바세와다 신라고 집바세와다 저티스 칼레 가고여서 라로 ndewad 매 봐이나 어딘지 손자 나도 소 지슈자리 앉아 전소 지나서 전소 지야 지로
그래서 kula kari yishi de baro
당이 돼 버와
당이 돼 봐.
당이 돼 봐. 송라 이시지 돼 봐.
이제 돼 봐.
kula ngendeji 돼 봐 새로와.
맞아.
That is the issue 살아가지고.
Yeah. So then we also talk about the defining characteristics of students. Then in 400 stanzas, then the three defining characteristics were mentioned, and the first one is unbiased, and the second one is intelligence, and the third one is effort. So, and the commentary on 400 stanzas then added another 2 points, which is respect for the Dharma and the Dharma teachers, and pay attention. So this is the superior type of students, so disciples. So again, students also has the 3 levels: the superior type, medium one, and the lesser type. So if if we do not possess such defining characteristics as a superior one, then at least we must possess the medium type of defining characteristics of a student. So even if we do not have such defining characteristic, at least we possess the ability to understand the meaning of those defining characteristics. So that is the medium type of medium type of student. And the lesser type of student is at least one must have faith. After one regard a teacher as your Lama, then you must have faith. Then we talk about the different types of faith. So the faith in the body, speech, and mind quality of the Lama. So then we talk about the three types of faith. So for example, the faith of admiration, the faith of convictions, and the faith of longing. And yeah, so if we do not even possess the least type of quality, which is having faith in the Lama, then it will be very difficult for one to receive the blessings of the lineage. So this is the recap of what we have studied before. enjoy anything else so that because 취시 디삼바단 주버.
취시의 상고래서 취시 상고를 개침보래서 와가서 안조 콜라레로와 다 취시의 담비 취 두고바래 간다 담비 취 두고바다 준세레니 여르지나 담비 취 두고바 담비 취 두니그레서 가서 리텐텔라 두니그레 두니그레서 다 첸들라 두고레서 첸들라 두고바마다 다다니 두고레서 다도 솔라마 준세레레 여르와 다 준세 제가 아야 마디메네 야 디시지 두고마로.
Yeah, so after that, then we come to the topic of precious human rebirth endowed with eight leisures and 10 endowments, or 8 freedoms and 10 endowments. So then one of the outlines is to contemplate the 4 qualities, contemplate on 4 points. Contemplate the 4 points. And what are these 4 points? So the first point is we practice because the 두고로 is like 취탐보디.
Yeah,
so the first point is we need to practice Dharma, and then it comes with the reason that is mentioned in the text. And the second point is one has the ability to practice Dharma. And the third point is one needs to practice Dharma in this life. And the fourth point is one needs to practice Dharma right now. So, and then each point has the reasons to explain why one need to do so. One need to practice Dharma. One need to practice Dharma in this life. One needs to practice Dharma right now. So there is a reason. So you can refer to text and you will understand.
다이들한 님벌인데 진이 상황이 제발라 치유중에 봐 상고래세디 배 준세레레는 빼야고 요리로와 이 준세레레는 맞게 요리와.
Yeah, so you can refer to Lamrim text. Then you will find these 4 points, and then the reason to explain why one needs to practice Dharma, etc.
다 대지는 가서 배 추와 메타바라이나 다 자와송 준세고 타치바 송세 다도 숲에 개체모를 가진 추와 메타바상한테 참마디는 디우로와 자와서 준세고 타치바 성지군에 공부샤오 생각서 다 같이 시사지바 다도 소도 생각해 봐지 대소서 나지 추와 메타바지 상당당우디 다도 소도 자와송 간다로와 준세고 타치바 송 보다 딜 상황이 나타나 된거는 단위하고 싶지 않은 거로와 맞지 추와 메타바는 가서 담비 취는 주야 고 나시 차고스라 고 담비 취는 주고 취는 주야 고.
Yeah, next then we come to the topic of death and impermanence. Then death and impermanence is said to be the entry to holy Dharma. So death and impermanence is said to be the entry to holy dharma. So when we talk about death and impermanence, basically, the important points. The important points is the three roots, 9 reasons, and 3 conclusions. So these 3 roots, 9 reasons, and 3 conclusions contains all the important points about death and impermanence. So it's something that when we say contemplate on death and impermanence, then this is the main point to contemplate. And yeah. Then the next topic is refuge. Then refuge. Then we also talk about the causes of going for refuge. Then three capable beings. Then they have different causes to go for refuge. So, for example, the cause for going for refuge for a small capable being is having fear of 3 lower realms, and have faith in 3 jewels, that they have the ability to save one from there. So these are the 2 causes of going for refuge for small capable being. That's all. And the causes of going for refuge for medium capable being is fear of whole samsara. So it's not just fear of 3 lower realms only. So it's fear of whole samsara, and then have faith in 3 jewels have faith in 3 jewels that they have the ability to save them. 그래서 균이바 대다 건주숨라 대바 대지바 지경을 와이지라.
대다 대바 지바로와. 다 집이 전부디 간다 다랑이게 조응에 성고마 신지 힘이 제대로와. 다 집이 전부디 가서 신지 힘 간다 거의 등아 타달이야. 저 대지를 거의 등아 타달 간다로와. 인지 히트안에 텔레야 줘야기. 다 니바 군조서라 여바 이 집이 토니. 다 신지라 닌지 원그로와. 신지 힘 앞에 닌지다 제와든 리 원그로와.
디 가서 규 담보데르베.
어디?
닌지 당 제와왕기.
신지 힘. 신지 힘 간다. 거의 등아리야 인지 거의 등아 타다 인지 히트안에 텔레 줘비야. 다 니바 라마 군조서라 여바 이 집 자로 들어와.
Yeah, so the causes of going for refuge for small and capable being is for personal purpose, and the causes of going for refuge for great capable being is for the purpose of others, for the welfare of others. So out of compassion, out of loving kindness for the sick, out of compassion for others, then one fear of the sufferings of whole samsara, and have faith in 3 jewels that they have the ability to save them. So the second cause is the same. So however, the first one differs in terms difference in terms of whether you are a small capable being or medium capable being or great capable being. So small and medium capable being is for one's own sake or for one's welfare, and great capable being is for others' welfare.
어 근데 대응하서 다들 jelmal 랜드 디솔티 상타리와 다 가지 랜드 디솔티 시로와 다 대지를 가서 nembo 도시 디솔 상타야 시로와 다 집이 충분 차려서 간다.
Yeah, so next is karmic cause and effect. Then under this topic, then we talk about 4 opponent powers. So this we have just explained in previous classes. So after this, then basically this is the end point of the small capable being.
that is yanja mentine transoji jia de so yanja ji tana desin la tempo ligres chance yanja ji ya ji londo de magma ji ta de desin la yanja tempo ji la yanja message ya salon tan salon ya buji ko ya ko message ko ro我的是给钱我的，我说呀，别拆怕罗的，几差多就差多的，呀样讲我了嘛，就上楼去当我的，那生了点不一样的，哦，那点的人啥，人上上到就生了下个的，
Yeah, so even though we have covered small capable being, small capable being, you still have to review it again and again. So, and when you review it or when you read it again, then somehow whatever it will remind what you have read before. So those points will stay in your minds, but will stay in your minds for a longer time, and then you will better remember them. And when you read them again, somehow then it has this special effect of, I mean, you will find you understand something that which you have not understand before. So it has such a special effect when you reveal the chapters that you have already gone through.
Yeah, that's another true.
Yeah, so you have any questions?
I have just a question of curiosity, Geshe-la, Ken. When we talk about the qualities of the Lamrim, the first two qualities, which is it's complete, it's easy, and the practice of the noble ones. When you talk about the noble masters and to the two pioneers, I think the noble masters are Nagarjuna and Asanga, and from the two pioneers are younger Vijaya Kokila and Lama Selingpa. My question is one of curiosity. Why particularly younger Vijaya Kokila and Lama Selingpa, number one? Why not somebody else? And number two is from Asanga to Lama Selingpa. Lama Selingpa was in Indonesia, Asanga was in India. How was it that this was transmitted at the time?
Lama Selingpa is Indonesia.
It's more out of curiosity.
Lama Selingpa is in Indonesia.
Yes. And how is it that, was it able to be this scriptures the instructions were passed on, for example, from Asanga to Lama Selingpa, for example.
So, thank you, Shlang. So, the Kishisum de Shimba. Kishisum share the any Kishisum bate. Because Luciale Kido Papa. Any the Dana Shinda Kolo and the Jo Casa de Casa Comboluda, any Tominira. Any day young Kebani de Lama Selingpa de Ming de Tengim do Nibate via Kokila. La.
Lama repeat kushi chunga sinda.
Lale or di nire. Gonda. Any casa de chunga ta any de Lama Selingpa de any Karijini Teni Resa. Karijini Teni Re and Kebashina Maris. Any day Tuaniba de any de Lama Selingpa de Toba Rang Regisla. Any de Lama Selingpa de Indonesia la Yorwa. Lama de Tomena de Gagala Yorwa. Any de Casa di Damba Denzo any di Kandi, any di Gutu Reza, Sacha Beluaro.
Didn't also Manga Damba Chichilma Jimba did in Chogota, Chana, also so dishiwere. Lama Ludu Sangumbo Ludu Kanda, Maso Samo Tomban Jitende, so Petela Penishe Warwa, Tomban Jitende per Conto Chisanjo. The Papa Tommy Ding also JB Chazo Kandaroa. Taji chad so the Chanju say Daji Naji say the Kanda so seems to be Talakeba which Havore. That is a Lama Selingpa Kanda Papa Tomiji Kanda Roa the Chanju say General Manga Dinas about Chanju say the so Lama Selingpa two Nyangi Zenipe Shuichadi Roa. Or they must so Gumbandin share work. The Kandalama Selingpa so open Yanichi Chanju Singoloroa, Chanju City. That was to Tashi neither. Tade Samo Tomban Jet, so on Jeoneda, that Gomboluduguma, shungtema tso ma tengla kanda ma dangba de chema chigima lama ripi khuji chungaki o dima shibujin de te kumba matani de kanda tuse de ni kanda jimbi ta kanda soroji chagwer segorwa o dindi sonza ta ngaso chida ngaso tsala yoda me meshirwa kanda lama selimpa de ngaso dangba menga shibala pe dangba ge menga ma juba sin ta ngato jerumbo chinema chanju lanji rimba de ngaso menga ge dangba jimba tanda ba le diorwa ta ngaso jerumbo chida kenje go yomarwa jerumbo che kenje go yomade da dewa nangshi ngaso dangba ge menga ge jiba de da jerumbo chinema ige jitsin jambi anre kanda ma june 다 랑지 림바 명하고 주바도 단다 냐요 마 열시고 가서 랑리 키와
이디 그래서 다다 라마슬림바다 라마슬림바다 토메베나 차샤나 아니 딩구수 제요메 신기요 말와
딩고스 이제 메데 계시고 메로와
이니디 가자 담바기 규바데 요바데
조데로와 코토만 제고레 마스데 랑리기 명하고 담바기 짐바도 집바로 왔다 간다 로와 마스다 뭐니 생가서 다 제름 붙인지야 이 고가 중요 말와
이니디 가자 라마 제임바 라마 종가바기 담바디 단다 슈요로
단다 요랑 가서 마 담바기 랑리기 레지스요 다 명아 진이 마 지운도 요로와 다 든디지네 간다 다 단다 신다 첨본지 룰라 케스와데 데니게 간다 공부 루투스와데 가서 베타이 차네 베타 케바 포도 줌바지로와 이베 조오마 탄주가 따와 타두디마 땡라 파운게 당 공부 루투로와
이니디 카리지니 리바 쿠주 중화데 조어데
중화데 베 공부루도 베 따와데 베 사모마 공반 제오게 데기 베 점마치마 공반 데네 베 디기 테 텔라테네 간다로와 텔라테네 베 송로지 송자 데 간다 베 다따이코네 체도 파바지 예스고레 로와
Yeah, so this young Vyakukila and Lama Salingpas, so why are these two masters is because they are extraordinary. They are outstanding. Yeah, they are outstanding in that particular aspects. Like for example, the younger Vyakukila, then he was outstanding in the view aspect, and Lama Salingpa was outstanding in the conduct aspect, which is the method aspect. So Nagarjuna, is especially outstanding. Especially outstanding in explaining the meaning of emptiness. Yeah. So and Lama Salingpa is especially outstanding in the method aspect or the bodhicitta. So. And yeah, so when young Vyakukila is outstanding, so in terms of view, and he was able to understand the meaning of the instructions of Nagarjuna. So he able to understand it, able to able to understand the intentions of Nagarjuna. So that is why Vyakukila is mentioned as one of the two masters, similar to Lama Salingpa, who possess the lineage of instructions such as 7 cause and effect that is transmitted from Asanga. So I'm not sure whether Lama Salingpa or younger Vyakukila, they have met that two trailblazers, Nagarjuna and Asangas, or not, whether they receive the instructions directly from them or not. However, they did possess the instructions transmitted from these two trailblazers. Same like we did not meet Lama Tsongkhapa directly. However, we does possess the instructions transmitted from Lama Tsongkhapa.
Thank you, Krishna.
Yeah, very, very good questions and very profound questions. Thank you.
Kila,
yes.
The last question.
Yeah, Kishila.
This Dharma, as we have learned it, the two aspects of Dharma, the scriptural and the realization. But my question is, present day, a lot of teachers, both lay as well as ordained, as well as many students, they are approaching the Dharma from only the scriptural aspect and the academic aspect. And then even there are a lot of books written by Western students, professors, and all that sort of thing, where they address the Dharma from the academic point of view, and they give the personal opinions. So they are actually separating it from the scriptural, from the realization aspect. Is that right, or is that any use at all, Gisela?
야, 기실라, 이네 강조 단다 추이나 양 또비 추당 가서 롱기 추이 니요로와. 이네디 니요바체 이네 대상이나 가서 가서 디 랍주이나다 이네디 가서 케바 가서 미가이나다 이네 강조 추 장베갑라 이네디 조데다 롱기 추 조的讲요레스你现在呢，这样开始样多啊那些，你这样做的龙脊区的讲究的是，让变得现在七个啦，让七个米点做让开发点的有了 professionals 啊，这样开始样录用的车呢也不赢吧，也不新的有吧点做，你工作的贴忙不中的有了哇，你的贴中比较来样叔叔的大话找我样的叔叔的大话样的叔叔的商家找我开始。가서 삼수라고 ini di tem nang lola yang di nyamdu tigi ores ini di kandi na gisla di kaza yang di nedang di la yang ngangso kandi kaza yang di dendi ini di yabu yonas tata yonas
가르스 코랑 그 대녀도 대송디 가르스 줄세
대좀 메가라 yang di long benachena di chu di shi gabegabla ini di chu di shi gabegabla ini di susu gi samsu ini di tigi ores.
Also, can you ask Gisela whether we should read their books and listen to their teachings or not? Even though if they are ordained, but generally I'm referring to the academic non-ordained students. They are basically academic. They have their personal opinions, and they bring in modern science and the modern way of understanding, modern ways of living. So they are actually totally, in my opinion, totally separated from the scriptural aspect, which to me is the meditational, or rather the practicing aspect of a Dharma student. And for me, that is the most important one, because the purpose of practicing Dharma is for enlightenment, not for just knowledge or to be intelligent or to be understanding and blah blah, that sort of thing. So this is my concern.
야, ini di kazayan diwashinda ji yusa. Ini di kongso zombe tebe denso. Yang gisla kaza kongi tiwa tangbo di ini kongso tebe zongi yoresa. Kongso yang di rabjung re, chigemi yang rabjung yoro isla. Ini di tebe zongi yoresa. Ini yang tebe zombe kabla yang susu ge dawa dabo ina dan susu ge samchu kang yoba. Ini di yang di nanglola tigi yoresa. Ini dende ina kongso zombe tebe denso lo chogi를 베스 로나 야보요를 베스 양나 공주 양 송취대 초기요나 양 추된소 에니 지슈야 녀나 디기요를 베스 아니 간이스나 공주기 다와 잡보이나 양디 텐두기 다와 잡고 뭐뭐 디자네 디시 겹이요래서 양디 텐두기 센지 잡보이나 디 텐두기 다와 빈 고와 잡보이나 디 자네 디 냠도 디시 겹이요래서 니 삼수이나 공수기 디시 겹당 에니 디 롱기 추 레당 자와 롱기 추 당 제네 당 대와로 당 대와 당 제네 에니 디 디시 겹이요래서 ini ngangso di chu jangwai na di yang kasayang sanggi goban thoi gi cheduro yang kasayang di xinyun gi chedurang marwas
ji ta ngaso nangji de gongsa ju so ngaso cheda mandi lo yun chia di yabu yor sungurwa gongsa chu ngaso jida arwa ngaso chu andi gi thone ta lo yun cheda chida ngaso nambi chu de la ngaso 세리다 따두다 남비 최다 디서 준지 송제 돌마 시 공사 주고 나지디 송고여와 로와 인디 송고여레 지당 가서베 고속이 대소적이 돼서 로니 로존체나 디구여레스고 로존체네 소속이 레차스 야폴레야 누나 레차 레비차스 슬레나 디구여레 가서베 레차스와 야보 차드서도 다 간다 보고 춘주지나 lebi chaji shigunduna de so len chogro kunju ji bayina de tanda lebi chaya boji dongjinduna lojinduna de so len chogro ende shinduna len chogro wa de so ge lebi cha mai ba so le goya meba de renduna de pa yushana digoro ko so beju tangwa ke yo marwa lebi chaya bonuna so len chogro kandarwa ngazo jida ngazo chula deba yosna de ni slogare ngazo wa so deba yosa mission da de de songge de zoge de lona kozola deba chegwa da kozola lama chegwa de ge yo marwa so lojung che chogore lojung ko mission da ji de songjo duna so lojung che chogore lojung che ne lojung de jisa dinola yabu lebi cha so randa shin samala pemba duya ji tanda ji shegu duna so sama so ge lecha so lin chogoro wa
Yeah, so His Holiness Dharma also promotes non-religious studies as well. So when we talk about Buddha Dharma, so Buddha Dharma, there are 3 sections. So one is science, another one is view or philosophical view, and another one is Buddha Dharma itself. So yeah, Buddha Dharma itself. So this is the 3 divisions of a Dharma. So when we come to those the modern books about Buddhism, then I think it's okay to read if the contents has any good points. You think that that is a good point, and that point is beneficial for oneself and is beneficial for others, then it's okay to read those books. And if the books mainly talks about something that is not useful, is not beneficial, then it's fine to just leave it aside. So yeah, and when we read those books, it's not necessary that we have to regard the author as our teachers or as our lamas. So if the content is good, then beneficial, then you read it, then it's fine. So if the content is not good, not useful, not beneficial, then it's fine to just leave it.
Sheila, any more?
Yeah.
Can ask one more?
Yes.
Sheila, in page 148 in the Karma chapter, in the hard copy text on about the subtitle about purifying, the manner of purification. Sheila, Lama Tsongkhapa said that it's better not to break any root vows, even though it can be purified. And he said that by doing, even you purify, your attainment will be delayed. So I'm just thinking about Milarepa has killed so many people, but he attained enlightenment in one lifetime. So in line, in this chapter, it said that this paragraph has said that if the root downfall happened, even though it restored by retaking or do a lot of confession and purification, it will be impossible to reach even the first ground. I would think that the 10th ground of Bodhisattva, first ground. But then you see some historical story, some saints have attained enlightenment in the same lifetime, even though they have actually killed sentient beings, which to me is quite a serious root downfall. I'm not sure, but in this text, in this chapter you show is only say about Bodhisattva vow, didn't talk about the 5 lay vows or Pratimosha vow. So Geshe-la, sounds to me like some contract, some not aligning in this paragraph. When we say that everything can be purified, but here is said you will delay your attainment, but historically we see some great practitioners have achieved even enlightenment. Thanks.
그래서 계실라 안디 가서 답에 다주되 요라 딕바 가서 예동 다주되 요라 디 렌디 이거라 렌디 이거라 아니 안디 딕바 다주되 요레스 아니 람림 팀보 데네 숭기 도사 아니 가서 디 동바디 당 계기요나 아니 디 가서 디 동화디 소 추기요레 때 이내 가서기 가서 톱자데 아니 디 균림보디 싱기레사 디 가서 다투기 요래 때 니 디 토야 디 베나차샤나 건조 사탕보니 토야 라얀 디 균을 보디 싱기레사 균을 보디 고기도와 이니 디 밀라레파 베나차샤나 밀라레파다 보이나 이니 디 체텔라 de la mi mambo se do mi mambo se wa na de ka za tomba dang ge yo ro tomba dang ge wa re ni tomba dang ge wa na ini se da ran la yan de sang ge wa re de ni na de ka sa dang de ge wa ro ni de chai ma re la
Jiti mila mi mambo se kal jiti mila domba me wala mi mambo se kal chanchu se bi domba ya ma ko domba ka ke shomya de kala
so when Miller
domba karin ge gore domba ge ya domba ko le me
so when Milarepa killed many people at that time, Milarepa had not received any vows. At that time, Bodhisattva, Milarepa hasn't received any Bodhisattva vows. So if he had not received a Bodhisattva vows, then what vows could he contradicted or broke?
Jelen jepa tabo chene te Lama la chishu te pe domba chanchu samba ta nga domba soina kala chinda jisi mala te nga so chimbi te rawa te ra ju marwa.
Yeah, so Milarepa was a lay person. Yeah. So after he killed many people, then he regretted. Then he relied on the proper teachers and received teachings. Then he received vows. Then the stories.
Oh yeah.
Gerard, from the perspective of emptiness, of the wisdom realizing emptiness, although enlightenment is a long way, and many lifetimes, even millions of lifetimes, nevertheless, they are all empty. Even the karma, the afflictions, they are all also not autonomously existing. So from that point of view, that when we have the Buddha nature, that we have the Buddha lineage, that actually enlightenment is just around the corner. So it's although it's very difficult and takes lifetimes, on the other hand, a moment of realization will purify everything and we could be enlightened in any moment of time. So this is a philosophical part of analyzing it. Can Geshe-la comment on that aspect?
So东西都被写了第一个来是啦，第主要有啥？第三个来那第他人不欧斯多是啦，切了的过多。
有嘛嘞，上街他人不给要嘛嘞，就是么那个菜得下来上街嘛嘞，这种事。
So just kidding. I'm just kidding. Regarding your, you say that. I mean, at least it needs one needs many lifetimes to achieve enlightenment. It doesn't need that many lifetimes to achieve enlightenment. Look at Milarepa as an example. So just kidding, Geshe-la. So and then in it, Geshe-la,你談願望點數，你談願望點數，你哋讓先嘅讀有嘛啦，係啦。你談願望你哋讓先嘅讀有嘛啲，因為我做啲設立忙不你設立啲國語嘅話上嘅啦。因為我做啲談得其實啲信息其實啲生機嘅嘢有咯。我做啲生機嘅嘢啩。
生機嘅嘢。
生機嘅嘢我做嚟有咯。因為啲生機嘅有話呢，因為我哋只能我做啲生機啦，你拉不有咯。我做啲好，其實啲之前呢，其實我做啲腳步啲生機推咯，生機嘅嘢啲有張。我哋只能我做啲生機啦，腳步啲托推咯，其實係三處看得見啦。
呀，當我做當到裏邊嘅抗住的點吧，即大家落去生機推下嘅，你把搶上來有嚟先我做。
抗住的點吧。
抗住的我做我自己抗住的啦，我做現在啦被上機嘅，你把有嚟食過哇，現在裏邊現在等着會有嘛。我做被所嘅現在啦，個別是두바이나現在啦上機推有嚟是個，我做被搞把忙不來顧嘛嚟是哇。所嘅別是接吧呢。다 대소소 그 배진 대가 나시 제마도 바이나 땡아서 봐 다간다 대가 봐 새로다 다 가서 뒤서 가서 로직하지 요하다로와 엔딩아서 배 냥리 야보 제바이나 대간다 당아서 나쇼 그 기세다 대시 먹어 봐지로와 지당아서 상 제당대 디스 제바 요로와 이노 당아서 칸투디 손자 단당아서 배 첸들라 배깔리 제바이나 첸들라 상제 투그레스 투그레이나 당가서 개체기의 소속들의 전류다 제발이로 소속 전류 제발 들에 간다면서
Yeah, in fact, we have this human rebirth, which is endowed with 6 elements. So, which is different, which is extraordinary because it's different from other bases, which doesn't have which doesn't have these 6 elements. Because of having these 6 elements, this basis having 6 elements, then we have the ability. Then it said that we have the ability to achieve enlightenment even in this lifetime. So, if we put effort, if we really put effort in practicing Dharma, so it doesn't. One doesn't need eons to achieve state of enlightenment. Even in this life, we can achieve the state of enlightenment. So what differs is the joyous effort. Do we have the joyous effort in practicing Dharma or not? Do we do we have the joyous effort or the effort in practicing Dharma or not? If we have, in fact, we can achieve enlightenment in this lifetime. It doesn't need eons. So if we lacking of the joyous effort in practicing Dharma, then yeah, it definitely needs more than one lifetime, or lifetime after lifetimes is needed to achieve the state of enlightenment. So the way to achieve state of enlightenment from the sutra point of view or the tantra point of view are differs. But however, I'm not going to go about it because it's related to tantra. So the main point is, the main point is the joyous effort does make a difference.
Thank you for the explanation, Geshe-la.
Thank you. Good question.
Yeah, so stop here. So I will stop here, okay?
One quick one related to Kwa's question. Geshe-la mentioned the presence, Geshe-la mentioned about the joyous effort. If one person really realize shamatha meditation, is the spontaneous joyous effort will be there. The mental pliancy, the physical pliancy, and the joyous effort is spontaneously
you are talking
present.
about pliancy, or you are talking about joyous effort?
I'm talking about joyous effort when a person seriously meditated, they will develop mental pliancy, physical pliancy. The joyous effort is also developed, is spontaneous. You feel so much joy and looking forward to your Dharma or your practices.
Dan Geshe-la, so the Lugi Xinjiang Tang, Simgi Xinjiang de top Tsane, Tom Ne, any the Zundri de Yu about the rest. Yeah, if one has already achieved mental pliancy and the physical pliancy, then one has a joyous effort.
Yeah, thank you. That's the answer. Lari to Chimbo Shivore, Lari Lenchi Gombaina, Soro Tanchi Gomba Cochesivore, Lari Lungi Tobaina, Soro Tanchi Luntobi Chasivore.
Lamrim will long de Toina.
Soro Tanchi Luntogresivore. Lari Timachi Gonata, Yai Soro Yonzo, the Gomba Cochivresivore. That answer Lari to Chimbo Shirari.
Conda, any de Lamrim de Atemaji de Gomaina.
Soro Tanchi Gomba Cochivres.
Simba.
Sora Sanji
Sora
Ganga Gomba Cochivres, that the Missy Yores Lari Siwadra. That's how much Lari Tola, Duty Chia, the Lari Tolojo, Duty Chienge in and Duty Manjing in and Kanda Lari Lojo to get some other missing also pay sugar pin up Chimbushures.
Yeah, so studying Lamrim is very beneficial regardless you are going to sit for the exam or not, because if you meditate one time on Lamrims, then is equivalent to meditation on all scriptures. Is equivalent to meditating on all scriptures. And if you receive the oral transmissions of Lamrim, then you receive the oral transmissions of all scriptures. So it has such great benefits. So whether you're going to sit for the exam, take the exam or not, so studying Lamrim itself has such benefit.
Thank you. Today, stop here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you also have to prepare for the exam.
Yeah. Then I was telling Dolin the Roa. Tambichu Dolin the Chitemba Jibandoa Deva. They can and Zalin de la Mantu the Miguel Sobateda Pamayuada. 단 중앙시 네발에서도 많이와. 단 니한테서 봐 뉴도 도야게 디디제도 뭐면은 지로 지스로와.
So, yeah, we concluded with dedication. We dedicate the roots of virtue accumulated, especially through this Dharma teaching session. May it be the complete cause for Buddha Dharma to flourish to all 10 directions and for all sentient beings to experience excellent happiness. And we also dedicate these roots of virtue for world peace. May the world be free of disasters such as natural disasters, flood, famine, etc. And also may the world be free of wars and conflict. And may this pandemic to be quickly ceased as well.
다게진에 사비게 완데 된단로 아군라 강배다 제바 지제 로상자 바이 띵비니 보린도 세제 요 장조 선조른 보제 마셰 바나지 제바 냥바메 바야 공내 공도 배와 요 냐베 바예 지단 쳔바다 근도 상배데 아디게 데다 분제 지서다로 게완데다 단제라도 뭐 돈이 따와린 보제 마셰 바나 지주제 제바 냥바 공내 공도 배와 요 니 따와린 보제 마셰 바나 지주제 제바 냥바 공내 공도 배와 요 투자 창建양거자 예된 진조배에 근세 도보내 조도도 예네 다소 대제된도 자된 요 동리 니제선 동주별라 치제선의 강제 된적의 전화도 뭐 딘지자서 소환돼서 견된도 요 인지된 강대 폐대마리가 관련주의 상배 이거는 가진 소매 딘지자서라 소환돼 윤절로 요 강러의 고의 신강대 폐다되고 말인 주인의 지뢰서와 딘지자서 자비 센데 봐도 된주지. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Gisela. Thank you,
Geshe-la.
everyone.
Thank you,
Love
Ken.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Gisela, thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Gisela, thank you,
everyone.
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 Chicken.
And
Aya tuji.